You know what people should have is a mandatory class for volunteering. Like maybe like in high school, maybe 8th grade, like but definitely high school. There should be like a mandatory class, like the same way you have like physical education as a class. They should have like a mandatory like volunteer class, and that class does nothing but like community service. Maybe some schools have it, and I just don't know, but that should be like in the curriculum, right? Like there should be a class where y'all go to like old folks homes, do something for them. You go to animal shelters, do stuff for them. What else? You should pick up trash outside. Cause a lot of this stuff I did when I was in high school. Um, Art orchestra class would go play every year for the old folks for Christmas. We would go there and play Christmas music. And what else? It was something else. Oh, my science. Not my. It wasn't my class, but it was a club I was in for science. We went to go like pick up trash and stuff. Um, when I was doing like a military thing, I was gonna go into the Marines before we found out, epilepsy or seizure like activity got in the way, like, or whatever. Um, but when we finished one of our like workouts and stuff, we would have to like pick up trash from there. Like, everyone had to pick up a trash and then throw it away when we finished our exercises there. I just feel like stuff like that would help people a lot. Like, for one, it helps break that teenage thought like everything revolves around me, and also like help you understand consequences. Like, be it all possible, there should be some type of help that where they go to like daycares and stuff. Not stuff where they're like actually involved with the kids per se, but definitely like maybe cleaning up, doing the food, helping with the cleaning or something, like stuff like that, where they go to the hospitals like candy stripers and like try to like cheer people up, see what happens, see some people in the hospital that are actually going through a tough time, so you don't think, oh my gosh, my phone isn't charged, what am I going to do? No, you're seeing little kids in hospital beds and elderly people that have been abandoned, or they need a certain level of care, people that need crazy surgeries or have crazy health issues, and they just want to see someone sit with them because they're isolated or they don't have family. Just all kind of stuff going on. Like, you should see life. You should see life before you get thrown into it and don't understand, because you don't know what you don't know. And yeah, you know some consequences, but you don't understand the consequences behind those consequences or what goes into that, right? Like, you have a baby and some stuff, like the obvious stuff, you feed them, you bathe them, blah, blah, blah. But no one could prepare you for personalities of the kids, health issues that come behind the kids, how your environment plays a factor, education, how, you're not thinking about like who's on a list or who's not, who's in my neighborhood. In my neighborhood. That used to be like a little song somewhere. Um, you're not thinking about so much about like what's in you that could be like genetically like put into your kids. There's so much stuff you couldn't think about: savings, checkings, trust funds, funerals, um, things your kids may have to be responsible for later. What could happen if you pass away? A living will. Like, just it's so much stuff to know that you may not know. Um, Accounts in case something happens to the kids. Just it's so such a huge magnitude of what to do. So yeah, they should be out there like planting trees, moving soil, go help out on a local farm or a local community garden. Um, just stuff like that. Also, side note, every school should have a garden, a little community garden or something, so if you got kids that are hungry and stuff like that, they can just go pluck a little apple from the apple tree, go pull some, I don't know, radishes, lettuce, broccoli. Onions are pretty easy. How is it we aren't growing like green onions in like every windowsill in a school? they pretty much grow themselves. You just buy them one time and keep cutting the top off and ask who would like to take the green onions home today. Like, it's so much simple stuff we could really do if we really wanted to, and we just don't do it. But I'm telling you, like a little community service class, a volunteer class, whatever you want to call it, that puts people in real life situations. You know, kind of like how they'll do scared straight, but instead of waiting for it to get to that point, just let them see life. Let them be part of a community. So when they become adults, they've already know where to go. They already know who to call. They already know what they need. If they want to do food bank stuff, they know where it's at. Or if something happens to them and they need a food bank thing, um, they'll know where their local amenities are. Like, I just don't see how you could go wrong. Like, it helps those areas out. It helps build a stronger community. It helps give people a sense of purpose. It helps people, like, it breaks them away from certain things, like charities. It's like real charities, not ones where we become secret millionaires and billionaires that can't be taxed, like real ones. It could help them know so much. I don't see too many problems with it. I mean, there will be, but like, they should be work withable problems. Like, and I just think it would be so nice, just like I said, having like community gardens at schools for people that are hungry. We should have way more gardens. If it should be a thing where if your household can grow a plant that is edible, we should be doing that. And then if you don't want it, you can either feed it to the animals or like feed it to, like, how you say, like, each to people that need it. Like, like, here's an option for you. It should be so much that there could be so much abundance, and that's so easy. Like, that's such, like, just little simple fixes like that. Like, everyone just bring a pot, everyone just bring a little soil, and then whoever might be in need, there you go. Plus, you can learn more about what your fruits, vegetables, etc. should look like, what it takes to go into it. Maybe you'll be more appreciative and less wasteful when you realize how much time, energy goes into it. My kids right now, don't ask why, but they're trying to grow an apple, like an apple tree. And they sprout don't get me wrong, the seeds, they sprouted. They're looking at them, they're like, oh my gosh. And I'm looking at these kids like, where in the heck do you think I'm gonna grow? You can't think I'm gonna let this grow into a real tree. Like, y'all must be planning to plant these, at your grandma's house. But, you should see my daughter. She's looking at them like, mine haven't grown yet. Mine haven't sprouted yet. What's taking so long? Wait till she finds out how long it takes before it actually gives you a real apple. Like, until you get a return on your investment. Different plants, different timelines. And it's just like, you think you're gonna be that careless just throwing stuff away after that? I don't think so. Like, you'll be like, do you know how many days, hours, winters, and I don't know, flying beavers I had to fight off, gnats, anything else? Like, I know I used to grow a garden, like, before I moved out. Um, I used to grow like a lot of stuff. I either had indoor plants, I had water plants, like plants in the tank, or I just had plants outside. I would grow, to this day, we still have an argument. My mom swears I was growing muscadines, and I was like, they're not muscadines, Mom. I was growing grapes. Um, we still go back and forth about that, but I had like a whole vine on the side of her house. I was growing jalapenos that I would use for my omelets. I would use my green onions. What else did I grow? Um, I grew some strawberries. I grew broccoli. The broccoli was huge. I remember I was out there when the neighbors came by and they were like, what are you trying to grow this time? And it was my first time trying to grow like winter plants, like winter foods. Like, like I said, like broccoli and stuff. And he was like, oh no. He was like, you're planting them too close. So I had to like change them. Because he was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Not for broccoli. I'm out here with my dog, just planting, man. And he was right. He was right. They were huge. They were huge. And it's just like, you don't have to know everything. You don't have to do everything, but it helps to know the investment, to know the timeline. The one thing I haven't grown yet that I would like to grow, is potatoes and carrots. I would like to grow those. I haven't grown those. It makes me very nervous to grow stuff underground. I like it where I can see it. But the point is, I think it would just be really good and really helpful. And then if something happens as a community, we would be in a much much better place. Like if something happened, you don't have to worry about panic buying and running to the store. If a storm just came through out of nowhere, you could go to your neighbor and be like, oh, my apples are gone, do you have something I can have? And then they'd be like, oh yeah, well, I got this. Just like some of my neighbors have like goats, chickens. And some of the people that have chickens, they're almost trying to give their eggs away for free because they have so many eggs. It's too many. And so it's like, it helps as a community. You can still buy what you want, but you can have balance and not this weird monopoly. And like I said, it helps with, like, going back to what I said, community, 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 community. Okay, you can't stress that enough. Like they get community. And then, like I said, you start off when they're like right there at that kind of teenage years, not the super awkward ones like middle school, but like like the tail end of that, or like high school. For that way, if that is a great time to let them go ahead, they kind of understand certain pros and cons, and to have empathy in their souls. That's a great time to let them see that in real life. So I think that'd be great. A nice little community service class. Help, like I said, it helps them know where stuff is at, helps them also know what goes into things, helps them see consequences of things, helps them have a place in life. Not everyone's gonna want to go to college and be some tech person or whatever is the next cash grab job position, doctor, lawyer. Let people find what God put in them to find. Like, where's their God given place? If it's to be an artist, let them be an artist. If it's to be, because you can make money doing anything if you're truly good at it. Even if it's just training people how to fight and exercise, if it's running businesses, if it's supervising businesses, if it's cleaning, if it's there's a God given place for everything, and there's someone willing to pay for almost everything. So let people like find that, but definitely let them have a sense of community and bonding with other human beings, and letting people know like they're not forgotten, their society's not forgotten, and you're not sitting here just letting teenagers just really only do stuff that's reckless because you didn't point them in a direction for like 12 years. All you told them was get an education and get money and drop them off. Like that was it. Get good test scores, but didn't teach them about like life, like actual life, you know? And I think that yeah, that'd be a really great class. They have to take it every single year. Even in college, same thing. Like it should just be something that we're continuously trying to push is community. And I also think that would prohibit us from turning on each other as bad, because then someone can't just get on the news or on a computer or whatever. Like I'm telling you, we perish from lack of knowledge and lack of compassion. Like you sit there, you get to know about your neighbors. You think you're gonna turn like racist overnight over some like stupid person lying on TV for a paycheck when you're actually involved in your community and y'all know how this person moves, you know what they've contributed to the community, you know how they act, you've been involved. People just can't tell you anything when you actually know something. So I think that would be like really really nice. Like I think that would be A1. And I mean, I would argue it could be almost like even a home ec class, like in one. Like maybe they take this class year round. For the first like semester, it can be a community service class. For the next semester, it can be a home ec class. That way, it's like okay, learn how to take care of yourself and learn how to take care of your community. Also, if you got 4 semesters, you could add on like a health class to that, because that way you can really learn to take care of yourself. And that should be a real class, like your hygiene. Learn how to really wash your behind, clean under your nails, see all the germs that really be on there. The amount of times I've been in a restroom and women just you can hear them using the restroom. You're waiting for them to come out and then they walk right past you like they don't see that sink. So And those people are raising little people. It's horrifying. So, um, it's just so much that we could really do. So you could just cycle them like that. A real health class, like a real one, and then not just, oh, you have these organs. To me, that's not a health class. That's anatomy. That's a science class. You need to know like real health that applies to life. Then, like I said, you do a home ec, learn how to like to take care of yourself, like how to feed yourself, how to feed others in the case of there is an emergency or you have kids, whatever. You're a caregiver position. If we can't care for ourselves, how can we care for other people? And then we're walking around talking about people don't care because they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. People rather throw on a wig than learn how to take care of their real hair. People rather throw on makeup than learn how to take care of their skin. We keep doing cover-ups. Just do the work. Just learn the basics. Then go into a community service class. Like I said, you could do this a lot of ways. And then maybe if they do have 4 semesters, the next semester could just be like coming up with ideas for your society based on what you've learned from the health class, the health home ec class, and then the community service class. This could be the sum it up class. Like, what are we going to do next year? How can we better ourselves? What does improvement look like? I would argue that last class should be that mixed with mental health. It should be a mental health class. So a physical health class, a mental health class, a community service class, and then a home ec class. That way you're good in your mind, you're good with your body, you're able to exercise the abilities to take care of yourself as well as maybe caregiver for others. Because let's not forget, in these classes, like the physical health class, and I'm not talking PE, that's different. That's just workout. I'm talking about like actual physical health class, where they teach you like first aid and CPR. How are our kids graduating from high school and do not have CPR? Should be a mandatory thing that we do not have to pay for. Basic life savings should not be a certificate that you have to pay for. You just show up, and everyone should have that license on them. Like, hey, I passed my class. This is what I got. There is some stuff in our society that should just be just like that. So yeah, physical health class, mental health class. I do not know what I got on my fingernail. Physical health class, mental health class. Make sure the physical health class teaches you like CPR, basic life savings. Make sure the mental health class teaches people about how to deal with people when they're having a mental health crisis, people that have mental health issues. How do you calm this person down? How do you help people and acknowledge suicidal tendencies and how to talk to people instead of just saying, oh, it's not my problem, or just deal with it or try harder. People that say just try harder and just don't be depressed if you're depressed are definitely people that were electrocuting people to get rid of their problems. So, yeah, like, how do we deal with that? How do we acknowledge mental health issues within ourselves? And how do we talk to ourselves? How do we deal with that? Like, that is a mental health class. Like, take you a mental health class. Take you like a physical health class, not PE. That's gym. That's different. However, if you would like to incorporate that in there, I guess that's not a problem. It just depends. Or is this like a 2 semester thing or like a 1 semester? Because how you fit in the curriculum. But once again, this is something they should be taking every year in high school, and they should also be taking every year in college, or at least have to take it one time in college, because they already got a bunch of other classes. And then, like I said, they learn home ec, learn how to cook different kind of foods. And I would argue for home ec, they should know how to spot food that grows out in nature that they could just pluck and eat. You feel me? Like, they should be able to, home ec should be something where if the Great Depression happened again, you can be like your great 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 Aunt Rosa, and you know how to go out there and find like, oh, you can eat dandelions. This is how you wash them and prepare them. This is how you know this mushroom will save you. This mushroom will kill you. This can get you by. Like, almost not like a survivalist class, but like a little pinch of that. Like, you should know. You should know more than just how to scramble eggs and how to just purchase things from a store and make it do. You should know how to go to the earth that God gave you for dominion over and know how to run it. Know how to use what was given to you. Know how to use what is free and know how to use what you must pay for, and then know how to apply for your own unique situation, so you have choices and have different avenues and stuff like that. And then, like I said, like let's see, we got mental health, physical health. Oh, that's right, home ec, and then community service. And I already explained the community service / volunteering. I'm telling you, it's not that hard to set us up for success. These will be wonderful classes. Like I said, you could take one. If y'all do quarterly, you could break them all up, pop, 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 pop. And then if y'all just do like 1 semester, 2 semester, you could just kind of combine those two. And I'm telling you, it'd be great. Like I said, there's no it should be when high schoolers graduate outside of getting their diploma or whatever, it should be I'm taking it from ninth grade to graduation. Because I don't know if people have changed it. Sometimes they change it, but from ninth grade to graduation, every year they should have to recertify themselves for CPR, and all that, and basic life saving stuff that should be incorporated into the curriculum. And when you graduate, that should be something that you have, you know, like that is so important. You don't know who is in these people's houses, whether it's just them saving their brother and sister's cousin, whoever, little John, saving their life, or saving their aunt, their uncle, their grandparents, their great grandparents. Like, so that way they're not like freezing and not knowing what to do, or just being scarred for life. You know what they say, fight, flight, freeze, whatever. Like that way that's not going. You've been trained. Let's train them in something that helps us all survive.